NBC announced that Caitlin Clark will join their coverage for Sunday Night Basketball beginning this weekend for the Lakers versus the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. This is the WNBA superstar's debut as an NBA analyst, and NBC has absolutely been killing it. First they had MJ, which, by the way, that deal was insane. He got paid $40 million, and I literally think he sat down for
Aliyah Boston just reacted to Caitlin Clark landing that huge NBC analyst deal, and her response is turning heads for all the right reasons. While many WNBA stars stayed silent, or worse, passive-aggressive, Aliyah's reaction was pure support. She simply posted, period. 2 words. 1 emoji. But in a league where some veterans have spent years trying to downplay Caitlin's success, Aliyah's post speaks volumes. It's genuine, it's enthusiastic, and it shows zero jealousy, just real teammate energy. Could this be proof that the Indiana Fever boasts the healthiest star partnership in the WNBA? Or are we reading too much into a single Instagram post?
What are your thoughts on your teammate joining you as a colleague at NBC?
Oh, I know. I'm super excited. I think that's awesome. I think Caitlin's going to do a great job. She's awesome at everything she does, and so this is going to be no...
Caitlin Clark just landed the most prestigious broadcasting role in women's basketball history, joining NBA coverage alongside Hall of Famers Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, and Vince Carter with host Maria Taylor. Her debut is February 1st at Madison Square Garden for Lakers vs. Knicks, with a second appearance March 29th for Thunder vs. Knicks. For any athlete, let alone someone still actively playing, this is monumental. And that's what makes Aliyah Boston's reaction so striking. The 2025 season was brutal for the Indiana Fever. Caitlin played just 13 games due to injuries, and Aliyah carried the team, playing all 44 games, averaging 15 points on 53.8% shooting, 8.2 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.2 steals, earning her 3rd straight All-Star nod. She could have been resentful, carrying the load while her star teammate was sidelined, watching Caitlin land a historic NBC deal. Instead, she posted simply, period. Genuine excitement. Zero jealousy. That's leadership. That's friendship. That's what real teammates look like.
And it's just so crazy that it feels like every other sport will just come out and say what it is besides the WNBA. The NBA is not scared to acknowledge that there's no more iconic figure in basketball. Not just the women's game, but possibly the game in general than Caitlin Clark. But we would not hear that in the WNBA space. We wouldn't hear that from WNBA media. But the NBA media and the NBA and the league itself is not scared to say it. Like we've seen it when Caitlin does golf events. It just seems like every league but her own is not scared to say.
The contrast with other WNBA veterans is striking. Most stayed silent about Caitlin's NBC deal. Some made passive-aggressive comments about undeserved opportunities. Others kept downplaying her achievements. Then there's Aliyah Boston. Her support shatters that pattern. She's not threatened by Caitlin's success. She's celebrating it. Genuine. Enthusiastic. Unshakable.
What was it like for you this past season in certain situations and circumstances to be the one offering advice and offering comfort versus the one receiving it? Because, you know, the previous year you were the rookie, right? How was that role different for you, and how comfortable were you taking that on?
I think, the only difference really is that I was doing it in the league. This time, I feel like I've always been someone that kind of gives advice and kind of gives my 2 cents especially when it comes to basketball, just because obviously the way I see the game. And so for me this year, especially having Caitlin being a rookie, like I obviously just being a rookie the year before and knowing exactly what's going to come, whether it's the refs, whether it's social media. But I think also Caitlin handles that like a champ. Like she knows exactly what it's going to be, but she also knows that she has a big name, and Caitlin Clark is a huge name that people want to come on. They want to say what they think. They want to what she should do, what this should happen. But I think when you look at it, Caitlin's just a competitor, right? And so for me, it made it easy because the advice I gave was just, okay, girl, I'll be my little short role if that's what you need. Don't worry about the refs because they're not going to give you any calls, because that's exactly what they do to rookies. And especially her being the player that she is, like they essentially want to see, oh, well, can you handle yourself on this league? But I think as the season went on, like you saw Caitlin, she handled that like a champ. And I think she handled it from the very first game, is that her thing is she's here to compete, she's here to win, and it's a
This isn't the first time Aliyah Boston has shown her character. From Caitlyn's rookie season, when veterans fouled her excessively and complained about the attention she brought to the league, Aliyah stayed supportive. She didn't join the petty jealousy. She didn't criticize Caitlyn for stealing the spotlight. She just played, built chemistry, and helped the Fever improve. That professionalism carried through the brutal 2025 season, and it's still evident today. Their relationship is exactly what a star partnership should look like. On the court, Caitlyn's playmaking and shooting perfectly complement Aliyah's interior presence and defensive versatility. Off the court, they celebrate each other's achievements and remain committed to the Fever's success. No toxic jealousy, no resentment, just mutual respect and leadership. Aliyah's reaction shows she gets it. Caitlyn's success lifts everyone in the organization. Caitlyn landing a massive NBC deal doesn't just elevate her, it raises the profile of the entire Indiana Fever. It keeps the team in headlines during the off-season, makes the Fever a more attractive destination for free agents, and increases the value of being associated with the organization. Aliyah sees this clearly. She doesn't view Caitlyn's success as taking away from her own opportunities, she sees it as creating more for everyone. That's the mindset that separates winners from losers. Winners celebrate their teammates because they know rising tides lift all boats. Losers resent success, seeing everything as zero-sum. Aliyah is a winner. She carried an injury-depleted team to an all-star season and still cheers Caitlyn on during the off-season. That mentality builds championship cultures. With only 3 Fever players under contract for 2026, Caitlyn, Aliyah, and one other, the chemistry and mutual support between them will define the franchise's future. If the Indiana Fever had the kind of toxic relationship we've seen between Caitlyn and jealous WNBA veterans, the team would be in trouble. Instead, they have 2 stars who genuinely support each other, and that foundation is what makes something special possible. Caitlyn's own comments about the NBC opportunity show similar class. I'm really excited to be part of the Basketball Night in America crew this season. Carmelo, Vince, and Tracy are legends, and Maria is a true professional. It'll be fun to join them a few times this season. Humble, appreciative, focused on learning. That's the same professionalism Aliyah has shown in supporting her teammates. The 2025 season tested the Fever in ways nobody expected. Losing your best player for half the season, watching multiple others go down with season-ending injuries, relying on your second star to carry a massive load, any of those could have sparked resentment or division. Instead, the Fever emerged with their 2 stars still supporting each other. That says everything about these players' character and the culture the organization is building. Aliyah's enthusiastic celebration of Caitlyn's NBC deal also serves as a quiet but powerful call-out to the jealous veterans who spent 2 years trying to tear Caitlyn down. She's showing that you can be a star yourself while still celebrating your teammates' success, and that Caitlyn's achievements don't threaten anyone except those insecure about their own status. The timing makes her support even more striking. While veterans wave inflatable rats outside league offices and make unrealistic salary demands during the WNBA CBA chaos, Caitlyn is building her brand alongside NBA legends, and Aliyah is cheering her on. The contrast is stark, and Aliyah's post sides firmly with professionalism over pettiness. Social media has noticed reactions have been overwhelmingly positive. Fans are noticing and loving the genuine support between Aliyah Boston and Caitlyn Clark. In a league where toxic jealousy has too often dominated narratives around Caitlyn, Aliyah's reaction stands out. Social media praised her for being a real friend and teammate, contrasting her enthusiastic support with the silence from veterans who should be celebrating such a historic achievement. What makes it even more striking is the timing. Aliyah didn't wait to see how others would react. She didn't calculate whether supporting Caitlyn might affect her own standing. She simply celebrated her teammates' success immediately. That spontaneous enthusiasm is authentic in a way that press statements never are. Fans recognize it, and they responded. This dynamic is exactly what the WNBA needs more of: 2 stars supporting each other, celebrating achievements, and building each other up rather than tearing each other down. Aliyah's mindset shows that teammates' success benefits everyone. If more players approached success this way, the league would have a much healthier culture. The Fever's future depends on this relationship. Caitlyn and Aaliyah are the franchise cornerstones. If they maintain the mutual respect and support they've shown so far, Indiana has a real chance to build something special. If jealousy or resentment ever crept in, the franchise would struggle. Aaliyah's on-court performance underscores why she's so valuable. She averaged 15 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 3.7 assists while playing all 44 games in a season where she carried extra load due to injuries. She kept the Fever competitive, proving she's more than a complimentary player. She can lead when needed. And she did it all while maintaining professionalism and supporting Caitlyn. That's all-star level performance paired with championship-level character. Making her third consecutive All-Star team while handling increased responsibility shows her consistency, reliability, and growth. Caitlin Clark just landed one of the most prestigious broadcasting roles in women's basketball history, joining NBA coverage alongside legends Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and host Maria Taylor. Her debut is February 1st at Madison Square Garden for Lakers vs. Knicks, with a second appearance March 29th for Thunder vs. Knicks. For any athlete, let alone someone still actively playing, this is monumental. That's what makes Aliyah Boston's reaction so significant. While many WNBA veterans stayed silent or responded with jealousy, Aliyah posted simply, "Period." Fire 2 words, 1 emoji, but in context, it speaks volumes. Fans praised her for genuine excitement and authenticity, contrasting her reaction with the silence and passive aggressiveness of others. She didn't wait to see how the league would respond, didn't calculate if supporting Caitlyn would affect her standing. She just celebrated her teammates' success. That kind of spontaneous, authentic support is exactly what the WNBA needs more of. This isn't the first time Aliyah has shown this character. From Caitlyn's rookie season, when veterans fouled her excessively and complained about the attention she brought to the league, Aliyah stayed supportive. She didn't join the petty jealousy, didn't make comments about stealing the spotlight. She just played, built chemistry, and helped the Fever become a better team. The brutal 2025 season tested her further. Caitlyn played just 13 games due to injuries, while Sophie Cunningham and 3 others were sidelined for the year. Aliyah carried the load, playing all 44 games, averaging 15 points on 53.8% shooting, 8.2 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.2 steals, earning her third consecutive All-Star nod. The Indiana Fever got extremely lucky drafting Aliyah first overall in 2023 and Caitlyn first overall in 2024. Not just because of talent, but because both have the character and professionalism to build a healthy partnership. 2 stars who genuinely support each other are exponentially more valuable than 2 equally talented stars who resent one another. The Fever now have the foundation for something special, and Aliyah's enthusiastic support for Caitlyn's NBC deal is the latest proof. Fans are noticing, and they're responding positively. They want to see professionalism and mutual respect win over jealousy in the WNBA. Aliyah Boston showed exactly what a real teammate looks like, supporting Caitlyn's historic achievement while maintaining her own high-level performance and leadership. The Fever have something brewing here, a partnership that could define the franchise's future. If you appreciate seeing professionalism win over jealousy in the WNBA, hit that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment on the Fever's championship chances with this duo. Thanks for watching.